You seen Boondocks?
Yeah, of course.
Like Tom, he's like, "This is my booty. You can't have it." You know what I'm talking about?
Dude, I haven't seen Boondocks in so long that I feel like I'm unfortunately getting to the point where if I don't go back and watch Boondocks, I'm starting to forget like key episodes that aren't like the episodes. You know what I mean? Like the IDIS episode, you don't forget.
Oh, the fucking.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that, you don't forget. Like the Tom singing "Burn."
Oh,
like, Usher? Usher? Yeah, you don't forget that.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah! I love that episode of Boondocks.
Just like and him getting the call with like the sensual ass voice that he has and everything.
Which one?
Hey, how you doing, baby? And then like she's like, why are you sound like that? What is that music? Are you doing the music video again?
I gotta go. And then he's singing in the rain. He's like, car.
Yep.
Hate the thought of being with someone. Car. Being with someone else, but you know that it's over.
Remember
I remember that. Yeah,
they're driving
backup dancers.
Yeah. Give it a spark, let it burn. Car.
Yeah.
When we were still in high school, I don't know if you know Filipinos. They have a thing called cotillion.
I've heard of it.
That's basically like a quinceañera.
What's a botillion?
Oh, what?
Is that a thing, or am I just making up words now?
What did you say?
A botillion?
Botillion?
A botillion? Isn't that a thing too, or have I only heard of a cotillion?
A cotillion is when a girl turns 18.
So guys don't have it.
I don't think so.
Because
I've heard people say like mantillion or some shit like that.
Don't listen to me. I'm obviously I have no knowledge.
That sounds like a new number. Like
I have no
cotillion.
knowledge.
You know what I'm saying? Cotillion.
I mean, it definitely does.
How much money you got? Shit, like a cotillion.
Get your bands up, boy. I'm on a battalion.
Cotillionaire. All right, so you ready to start?
Let's do it. On three would mean like on three. So like
three.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So.
1, 2, 3. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Drive-Thru Podcast. Today, I have one of the homies. Who is you?
My name goes by Witta Y. Nick Witta Y. You know, I got to do it James Bond style.
Nick Witta Y. W-I-T-T-A.
Yeah.
So it's like with a.
Yeah,
but you spell
like
Witta Y.
That has to be two separate words, like a word and then a letter, honestly. But that looks crazy on paper.
With a? Yeah.
With a Y?
Yeah.
That's three separate things. That's crazy.
I see it.
That's the reason why I didn't choose Nick Witta Y. It's just Witta Y. But if you know me already, you know my name's Nick, so it kind of raises questions like, what's the Nick Witta Y for? It's because a lot of people call me Nicky. So if you add Nick with a Y, Witta means plus. Witta is basically plus. Nick plus Y.
Got it. So it's like a math equation in parentheses, like.
Unfortunately, a lot of people would be thinking that it means like, oh, like you mean like NYCK.
Huh?
I wish.
Oh,
NYCK.
okay.
But there's already a rapper named Nick Caution who has that, and honestly, if he didn't have it, I would have very much so took it. But it didn't work, so fuck it out.
Identity theft, man.
No, trust me. I was listening to his music way before I got good at this shit. So it would be identity theft for him. I would very clearly know what I was doing. I can't do that.
Damn, not in good faith. You can't do it.
No.
Okay. Well, that kind of gets rid of my first question. I was gonna say, where'd your artist name come from? So good thing.
Well, actually, it really came from. Well, originally my first rap name before Witta Y, because I've been Witta Y now for maybe about. It's been actually a couple of years, honestly. But it originally stemmed from my first rap name was Nicky Niagara, which see, this is my point, man.
I'm just say this real quick. Just real quick, just to get it out of the way. That sounds like a porn name.
I couldn't do it because, dude, there's nothing, and I mean nothing on this earth I can rhyme with the last name besides Viagra, and I'll be damned to have that be the thing. I don't want that. I don't want it to be a joke. I don't want to get to a point where I was rapping and it was like, oh, he's kind of big, and then somebody feels away and wants to maybe diss me, and that's the first thing they throw out, and it's like, I gotta eat that because you chose the name. I don't want to do that.
I feel that. Okay, that makes sense. Well, it's good that you kind of thought of that strategy ahead of time. You're like, wait. If I blow up way bigger than I am right now,
and at 30, do I want to be Nicky Niagara?
No.
Yo, at 30,
not.
The Nicky thing is already kind of pushing it, and that's why I chose Witta Y. It's like that's kind of like if you actually know, but I can just be Witta. Like I can go on a 32 and just be Witta. I don't even have to have the Y part.
Right.
If I've been in the game long enough, and I don't mean to say that like I'm established.
Even just the Witta Y, or even just the Witta part, it sounds groovy. Like you know, what I'm saying
it makes you ask questions. Sometimes, because it's like.
Yeah, it's like, huh.
Conversation started.
It kind of flows pretty well, even just by itself. Even without the Nick part?
Yeah, I don't put that in too many, like, you know, I don't put that in my music or nothing like that. That's just something that I know it's Nick with a Y, but that's way too much to throw in.
Okay, for sure.
But I originally started with the Nicki Niagara thing because I always felt like a lot of my favorite artists had like a start in like a Kendrick Lamar or
like two parts to their
yeah,
name.
but ultimately a lot of the time that's usually their regular name.
Yeah, so it's just first and last name.
I mean, for Kendrick, he chose his middle name, but for me, I didn't. I was thinking about using my regular name, but I always thought that Nick Drone just sounds very.
What is it?
Nick Drone.
Nick Drone?
Yeah, like
that
a drone.
Doesn't sound bad though.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah,
but I think it's the thing of me knowing it's my name. I've been hearing it my whole life, so it doesn't roll off the tongue the same way.
Okay,
to me.
so you're kind of disassociating your actual name, and you want to use something a little bit more like. Kind of like a tagger, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a
you know what I
tagger
mean?
has obviously a different alias. They don't keep their actual name, but they have something that kind of defines them, or like something that represents what they think about, or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, it sounds like it sounds fun. I think I don't know.
Yeah,
and the best way of putting it, Witta Y doesn't sound like the most serious artist, I guess necessarily, and I don't think I have too many moments of being extremely serious.
Yeah, and I think that's what I meant by groovy. Is it's like it sounds cool. Like it sounds cool to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like. If you heard, I don't know, fucking whatever name out there, like it'd be like you were trying too hard to pick a name.
And that's what Nicki Niagara sounded like.
Yeah.
It sounded like I was trying, like I took weeks to try to come up with that.
Yeah,
and
you're
still
like,
didn't come up with
come on, I got to prove myself and blah blah blah. But with a Y is just like you're cool with yourself, but you know, whatever.
Plus, just it's like, oh, you a Witta? It just like I think Witta like as just the straight nickname after a while.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. So
there you go.
Yeah, that's what.
So going on to that, what kind of got you into the music? I guess the music path. Like, what made you want to take this on as something you want to like keep pursuing?
Originally, and I guess it's hard to really delve on pursuing necessarily because I originally started out like even when I was Nicki Niagara, I originally started out in a rap group with like a lot of like my friends and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I think a lot of the time I wouldn't say we traced around like the idea of like something like a Pro Era or an Odd Future, but we were kind of adjacent to that. You know what I mean? Like a lot of us had very different styles, but we took rapping very seriously, and there was like maybe like 4 or 5 of us and stuff like that. So I originally came from like the idea of thinking, oh, we're gonna do this as a group. We're gonna be like the next Pro Era. We're gonna be the next HBK. We're gonna be the next group, quote unquote. And then you get to the point in life where life happens, where some of us stop being friends. Things just happen, and you don't be in the group anymore. But like one of my closest friends from the group, we were still very close, and he was like probably one of the people out of the group that we had like the closest style to each other. Okay. So I guess we just kind of continued rap, not necessarily pursuing it, but just having times where we would just meet up with each other, smoke, and just freestyle in the car. That's what kept our I guess our pen sharp and kind of our passion for just hip hop and rapping in general. Yeah. And then I think we got to a point where when SoundCloud was really big, we were feeling like, man, let's try to get on some beats and try to put them out that way. So we started doing it that way, and that's where originally, like, I guess you would see Witta Y like on SoundCloud for me and stuff like that. But then after a while of us doing that for so long, I think we started to kind of notice like the trend of people being like more indie artists like kind of like around our level being able to put out their music on like an actual platform like Apple Music, Spotify, and stuff like that. And I think that got us motivated to actually try to be able to do something about it. And my friend Montel, which is Dottie, the guy that you usually see me like on a lot of the music with, he basically ended up paying for like a DistroKid account, and then like it was like, okay, let's try to do this or whatever. And then at that point, it was just something as simple as like, okay, let's just like lease a beat and try to get back to making music and doing it seriously. Yeah. And I think after we had our first performance in, God, I keep forgetting. We performed at the Trap Art event. I just can't remember where. I think it was in Oakland or something like that.
Yeah, I think it is in Oakland.
But we ended up having like a really, really good turnout because we brought like a lot of our friends and stuff like that, people who support us and have known us for so long, but also know a lot of the music that we were putting out at the time. So it really felt like, okay, this ain't really your first time because you got people in the crowd who already know the lyrics, who are like dancing around and stuff like that. So it just felt like such a natural thing. And I think at that point it really cemented like, yeah, we can really do this. We already know we're good with the music, but like people are coming up to us, complimenting us, being like, "Oh man, was that y'all?" I was sitting over there getting a or whatever, like churro or whatever the hell, and then I'm sitting there listening. I'm like, "Damn, that sounds like a song on the radio or something." And that's like one of the biggest compliments I can get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That to me, I take that as the quality of like how you recorded it, mixed it. Even if I don't like love what you're saying, it sounds like it should be heard. So I like that.
Yeah, because the main goal of making music, especially if you're an aspiring artist to get somewhere with your music career, the radio is pretty much your end goal of where it all goes uphill from there. But you have, that's like level 1 is the radio.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, and I feel like, you know, getting those accolades from random ass people you don't know, just be like, damn, that sounds like some shit I heard on the radio.
It really helps, dude. Like, a lot of people don't realize is that those are just the small wins that you don't necessarily know you're striving for.
Yeah.
But they all add up to the big wins of you end up doing that, you know, that big event or that big moment where it's like, okay, I've strived to get to this point to be able to do this. You know
Hell
what I mean?
yeah.
They all help. So
yeah, I feel that. That's tight too. Also, like, you were kind of mentioning you had a group. You said there was like 5 or 6.
yeah, we were originally called the Pilots, but it was funny because it was abbreviated for Poets in Low Orbit, technically speaking.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Even just hearing that name, were you guys very like abstract type rap?
Honestly, I think for a while, like that was what was weird about the group. I would say originally is because we had so many where it was like I had like one guy in the group where it was like he was more so like, you know, like an Andre Nicotina, a Snoop Dogg, you know what I mean? Like much more West Coast, like really in that, you know what I mean? And then like we had people where it was like very, you know, introspective, like, you know, talking about third eyes and stuff like that. Like I was one of those people at one point too, but I was also kind of like the swaggier rapper. At least I tried to be, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So it was kind of it's weird because I don't know I think we didn't know what the fuck we wanted to be. I think we just wanted to rap, and a lot of us had different forms of passion for rap.
Yeah. I think that's what makes it better.
Yeah.
Is when you guys have your own styles and you guys kind of bounce off of each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because ultimately, I think the thing for us was just being like, can we find a beat that we can all rap on and like you know, kind of get on the same theme?
Yeah.
Because we're not going to change styles necessarily.
Yeah.
But we just kind of want to make this work, and that's why I kind of say Odd Future. Because when I think of Odd Future, I'm like, they really had so many different styles. And stuff like that. So,
definitely.
You know.
Okay, I feel that. Okay, so what do you consider your style of music, or your style of like, I guess, rapping? What is your style like from then to like right now?
Oh shit. Okay, from then to now, I would say from then to now, I was a lot more like free your mind, man. You know, expand your mind, man. Don't let them decalcify your pineal gland. I was very much so more on that for a while. Still kind of, you know, being like I wanted my bars, like my rapping ability, to be the strongest thing about me necessarily. Because what made me really even fall in love even harder with like hip hop and just rapping was just, especially the groups that I was talking about, is because it always felt like, okay, who got who on this song? Who got who on this song? And I think that like naturally built a competition, like a competitive spirit in me, like with my guys, because that's why I thrive better when I'm in groups, I think. And that's the reason why, like, even at the Mikey and Friends event, it's so easy for me to write really quickly because I came from that.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
shit,
Like literally, we all had to sit there and write, and I'll be damned to be the guy who you're waiting to finish writing.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I can't record this perfectly right now. It's gonna take a couple of takes, but I'm not done writing. No.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy. So
I feel like you finished your verse pretty quick that night. Because if you think about it,
I think I was like, I can't remember who I was like close. I don't know, because I go over my lyrics a lot of times. Like there was one time, I think for the first event when I was writing, I wrote like 3 different verses. I didn't know which one to go with.
The first Mikey.
Yeah, the first one, because it had to be like 8 bars, and I was like, oh, I can write 8 bars really fast. But I just didn't know what the theme was going to be, so I was like, okay, we'll find 3 different things you can do.
Damn. Okay, so you wrote 24 bars, and then. But on 8 of those are on 3 different topics.
Yes, basically.
Damn.
Well, they're all similar topics. They're just kind of different flows and styles of doing it. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, how does this work with the last person who was before me, the person who comes after me? I don't want to necessarily make this just like such an abrasive like change from one person to the other.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? A lot of time I just kind of want to fit in where I fit in.
Get in where you fit in. Okay, that's perfect.
But still be myself.
Yes. I think for me, so you said you fell in love with like the group writing, and it became like a competition.
Yeah.
Right? For me, I actually watched the competition, so I watch a lot of battle rap.
Okay. Yeah, I feel that.
And the way that I think about performing, writing, you know, like how I carry myself on stage and stage performance and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You got to come confident as fuck, because in battle rap, one minor slip, if they see you, like, your voice cracks,
there's no benefit of the doubt in battle rap.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no benefit of the doubt in battle rap. Being prepared is like one of the best things you can do in battle rap, because like you're like literally it's like it's all like the performance is almost more important than just like a regular rap performance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because at that point you're following in, for the most part you're fitting in the lines of what have already been created, the lines and stuff like that. But for like at a battle, nobody knows what you're gonna say for the most part, unless people are predicting what you're gonna say. That's different. Yeah. But at that point, you have to make sure you're saying it the right way, your tone, everything. If it's supposed to be a joke, did it sound funny the way you said it?
Exactly.
All that stuff. So I feel you.
I was definitely honed in on it because like when they like I also realized this when people go to a concert or a show, right? They're expecting to have fun, dance, and like vibe with the melodies.
Yeah.
For battle rap, they're focused on you and what you say, how you say it. You know what I'm saying?
There's no beat.
Yeah.
There's no beat.
You're a cappella. So, like, everything that you say and do, you're under a microscope. Like, yeah, at a show, technically you're something similar, but there's also, like, this, like, an audience is not 100% paying attention to you, not so much as they are vibing with the beat, you know? Enjoying friends around them, blah, blah, blah. But for battle rap, you kind of have to, like, pay close-ass attention just so, like, you as an audience, you also want to be engaged and be like, do I even understand that reference?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because sometimes the references, sometimes you're going on a scheme. You're going on a whole scheme that's going on throughout the bar. And if you lost where the scheme was going in the beginning, you might be completely lost once it starts getting to, like, the end. So,
yeah, exactly.
For sure.
And that kind of shaped how I write because sometimes, like, I'm similar to you too. Like before, I used to be like very introspective, and I make these metaphors based on stuff that I think about, not what other people might be thinking about. So sometimes when I would say like my bars and stuff in every song, it would feel like, and somebody described this to me a long time ago. They're like, it feels like you're making me on the outside of your own inside joke.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, that's like, wow, that's mad interesting.
Yeah. And I was just saying, I feel like I wrote dope ass bars, but you feel like you don't understand it because like it's my point of view. You know what I'm saying?
That makes perfect sense actually. Like,
yeah.
I feel like you're speaking on an inside joke that it almost feels like you don't want me to be a part of the joke.
See?
Yeah, in a way. It's like
And that's what
I get it.
And then, you know, all this to say, I feel like people need to generalize some of their lyrics sometimes.
Yeah.
Because you need to make the audience feel something.
Yeah, I think that's sometimes some of the hardest thing you can do as an artist is to break out of like that ego feeling of being like, no, this is me, this is how I feel. Sometimes you can say that exact same thing, just broaden it out a little bit, make it a little more vague,
right?
So that it's like, yeah, this is still me, but anybody could say this out loud, and they wouldn't have to be like, oh yeah, a rapper said that. You know what I mean? Like that's obviously not me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're not wrong. Which I think sometimes that could be one of my biggest problems. I think a lot of the time I feel like, yeah, that's how you feel, but it's like there's only so many people in the world who feel exactly how you feel.
Yeah.
So maybe, you know.
Yeah. And then, okay, so going back on to you, like from that point of view, what do you think your writing style is now today?
I just like talking a lot of shit.
I'll be honest. Like some hard ass, like, you know, like ASAP Rocky or like.
Mine's are like more so. I don't want to say this necessarily, but I guess this is the best way for people to get it, especially nowadays. A lot of my beats sometimes can just sound like old school, like 90s sounding kind of beats. Sometimes it could be like a Larry vibe or something like that. Like sometimes like a Barry. I'm kind of all over the place, man. I don't really know. I like beats that kind of sound trappy at times, but not like I'm actually trapping, but like have a bouncy, fun sounding hi-hat sometimes.
Larry June is probably the best example.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
for the most part.
Very groovy, but still like
groovy. Groovy for the most part. But I love being able to talk shit in witty ways. I think that's what it is.
In Witta ways? Oh, that was corny as fuck. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I thought of that with my name, but I couldn't figure out a witty way to make it work.
All right, y'all. We are back. Fucking had an AC. Turn on the AC real quick. Okay. Do you have a specific writing process?
I feel like my writing process has been changing a lot over the years. A lot of the time, it really used to just come down to I would hear a beat. But a lot of the time, it would just be like something on BeatStars or YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
And I would just have both my headphones in, just constantly, probably get a cup of coffee and just walk around the house. Like literally, like, you know, like how they say like when people are like cupcaking and they're just walking back and forth and stuff like that. Like literally that same thing.
You stand on like a counter or
yeah. You know what I mean? Just like doing the most like just obscene like. Why are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my mind.
Like, bro, I'm just thinking of shit.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but for me, I'm literally just pacing. I'll go to the kitchen, then I'll go to my room, then I'll go back outside, then I'll go to the room, then I'll go to the kitchen. Like, I'll walk around the kitchen for a while.
Okay, so you're like a wanderer.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I can't. I think it's also gonna have ADHD. So I'm like in my mind, I'm trying to get all these thoughts out, but it's like I can't sit down doing this.
Yeah,
This feels like I'm at school, man.
It's like SpongeBob when he had to write his essay.
Yeah.
He did everything but write the essay. Yeah. Break time.
Somebody. The only time that works is if I'm on the toilet. If I'm on the toilet, which I think that works for a lot of people. You know, I think just people a lot of people get thinking done on the.
Do you?
What is that? Isn't there a term for that? There was a term
sitting
for
on the toilet?
Yeah, there's a term for what the toilet was for the whole thinking aspect of it. I just can't remember what it was called, but
Wait, I'm so confused. Wait, there's a thing like that?
yeah, well, it was back in the day, like when I was like a kid or something like that. The think, fuck, I'll have to look.
The
it up.
toilet was the catalyst for writing something creative.
Well, I mean that you got to think that was where originally the joke of like the hard working man would be sitting down having the newspaper, sitting down reading and stuff like that, stuff like that. So you know what I mean. So I think that kind of rolls into the same. We do the same thing nowadays. We just have a phone.
That's true.
We do the exact same thing. We're reading news. It's just on
We
Instagram.
scrolling. Yeah, doom scrolling on the toilet. Damn.
Yeah. Doom turning.
Doom turding.
The pages.
Golly, I'd be on the fucking toilet for like an hour then.
Yeah, no, yeah, there's times I'll definitely sit on the toilet for longer than I probably need to. If I know that it's like, I'm kind of getting some here. I'm kind of here. Like, and I literally mean specifically here. Like, I'm getting some here. A lot of the time I have to sit there and think, okay, am I going to make a hook first? Or am I going to just kind of, I think my best songs sometimes kind of just come from me hearing the beat and words just kind of immediately start coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
I think those are some of my best songs for the most part.
Yeah, especially like, do you freestyle? Like sometimes?
Not as much. We used to do it so much. Now, what do you mean by freestyle? Do you mean freestyle
Off
like
the top.
on? Well, I mean, do you mean on beat like recorded, or do you mean just having fun?
Just having fun.
Oh, that's what I mean. Like we used to do that for so long. I think we just slowed it down, especially in the time of us trying to get more serious with creating music and stuff like that. Like especially like when we started getting out on Apple Music and stuff. I think we just kind of completely cut out the freestyling because we felt like no, write it down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We kind of felt like the freestyling was a waste of time, but it's not because it keeps your pen sharp, and I feel like it takes you outside of the box of this is what it's supposed to sound like. You can say what the fuck ever right now, bro. This is not recording. It doesn't really matter.
Right. Exactly. I think freestyling is a lost art that needs to be revived if you do want to take music seriously, because you will not be, or you're not going to be conditioning yourself to rely on, how like some people have like ghostwriters and shit. Yeah. And sometimes like your lyrics lose a sense of creativity when you don't. Like for me, this is just from my experience. Yeah. I freestyled a lot. Like you can ask like Mikey, Jeff, and all them. Like I freestyle a lot, and sometimes I would spend like maybe 30 minutes every day back in the day, and I would just like find a beat and then have like there's like I forgot what website it was, but it was a word generator, so it would generate a new word every like 10 seconds.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so then I would read the word and I'd be like, so
you would be doing what Kendrick did on that like that radio freestyle where they literally were just putting up random words, and he would just start freestyling to whatever came off the top of his head, like rhyming to that.
Exactly. And then even when I'm at like parties, when I'm at like shows, I connect with the people there, like all the musicians, and then I'm like, hey, y'all down to freestyle? Like if there's a guitarist, they'll play a guitar thing, and then the musicians will all freestyle together, and then I'm like, hey, give me a word. Yeah, that's how I can't just go off the top, like
I feel you.
Whatever.
I'm better going off the top a lot of the time, but I think that's because I'm better at staying in the style of, okay, you were probably gonna say all these things anyway, but once you start throwing in other words, then it's like, yeah, I'm not the best at that. I'm not the greatest at that, but also haven't necessarily experienced doing that.
Right.
I want to,
right. So. But I think also freestyling kind of helps you figure out like new song ideas.
For surely, you end up saying shit where it's like, wait, say that again.
Did I spit
say that again?
Yeah. I said that. Yeah.
So for surely that, and it's also, I've come to realize that especially when you're doing it in a live setting, it's probably one of the easiest ways to end up knocking out that I don't feel confident up here feeling. Yeah. For sure. Like even I believe the very first Mikey and Friends event, when they were trying to get the mics right and everything like that, and they were just kind of catching a vibe with the music and stuff like that. I think Raw was playing the guitar behind me, and they were just like, somebody told me go up there, just freestyle, and I just started kind of freestyling what was off the top of my head, but I definitely could feel like in my legs and my ankles, like you're nervous as fuck. You're nervous as fuck. Shit. You're nervous as fuck having to be up here because you don't have something that's already written. Yeah. But then like after a while, I kind of had to tell myself, don't just get down because you're kind of falling off. This feeling, like this feeling of uncomfortability, you're supposed to get better at, like not feeling so comfortable here.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I could kind of feel myself being like, okay, yeah, you're falling off, but it's all right, you'll get back up.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And like that was probably one of the easiest ways for now. Like when you see me at the other times at the like Mikey and Friends events, I was a lot more confident being on stage because it was like, all right, you kind of knocked that out, fucking it up and looking stupid. You know what I mean? Like
you got it out the way.
Yeah, you already look stupid. It's cool. Now don't look stupid anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
So
we got over that part. All right, let's kick it up a notch.
You know what that feeling feels like, but you know how to get rid of it. Just perform well. So
okay. Going back onto the writing process though, just one last bit. My lady sent me something and I was just like, this is fucking genius. So Tyler did an interview and somebody asked him about like what was like his wackest song or his wackest album or something like that. And he himself said Cherry Bomb. I don't know if you remember that album.
That was the
That's what Tyler said.
That was the antithesis to where we get to now. We don't get that. I mean Flower Boy, but I mean at the same time I feel like that was really like how we get Tyler now.
That was basically the catalyst for Flower Boy to happen.
Very much so.
Yeah. But what Tyler said in his process, he said, create like a child and edit like a scientist.
That's a good way of putting it.
I think that's the perfect way.
That's a good way of putting it.
Because if you think about it, kids don't overthink being insecure.
No. I mean, until people put that feeling into them. But like, you know, when you have nothing but childlike wonder, like the world's your fucking oyster.
And I think that's why he said like a child, because like when a child creates something, sometimes they draw some weird ass shit, and you're like, wow, that looks so cool. But it's like, what the fuck is this thing?
It's just the ability to have like such a vast imagination.
Yeah,
you know
I think that's what he meant by that. But the edit like a scientist. That's what I was like, damn, okay.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this was all fun and cute. All right, now time to get down to business and mix and master this with the best of them. You know, so I get it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Because I feel like sometimes I'm both scientists on both ends.
Me too, for surely, bro. And sometimes that can be to my detriment.
Yeah, same here. Because like I always try to think like, oh, I got to make this I keep saying this in other episodes, but I'm like, I got to make this perfect. But when was the last time you seen something perfect?
Well, here's a better way of putting it. When was the last time any of us has done anything perfect?
That's true. I've never done anything
like
perfect.
Nobody's ever done anything perfect. You might have done it just right, and even then it's still not perfect.
Yeah,
there's always something that's left out where it's like, well, if you had maybe done like, but you can strive for perfection, but you're never necessarily going to reach it. But I think it's still good to strive for perfection because you're going to get close, and that's still pretty fucking good.
Strive for perfection, but don't obsess over it.
Yeah, no, because that's
because there's been plenty of times where it took me like a month or some shit to write one thing, like a verse or whatever, and then I'm thinking like another day, like I was working and I was like, yo, I could have just wrote this, and I'm like, oh shit, oh, this sounds way better.
Yeah, a lot of this, yeah, for sure. That's why I've come to realize sometimes when I get really stuck on like a certain song when I'm writing it, sometimes I'm just thinking, maybe come back to this. Maybe come back to this like 3 days from now. When you have like a completely different feeling, but you still like the beat. Now you have fresh thoughts, and it's like, oh, I could have probably said this. Hold on. Oh no, I got something now. You know what I mean? Or for me, I've come to realize I just come up with better thoughts when I'm just out and about. Like especially at work, for some reason, bars just come to me a lot of the time. Yep. So I think it's the feeling of I'm out and about doing something instead of just sitting down writing, kind of like, you know, like it just feels weird.
I think it's the thing where it's like you're living life. You're letting life happen, and you're living it. You're living it out and like
telling my story while living it.
Exactly,
for sure.
Like you're living it in real time, and then you come back to journal it, basically.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a better way of putting it.
Yeah, because if you're sitting down writing lyrics and you're trying to remember a time where you did some shit like that instead of doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're just going off of a memory that you think. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're remembering the last time you remembered something. You're not actually remembering what you actually are thinking. Have you heard of that?
No, I have not.
Bro, look that. I swear to God, look that up. It's like sometimes you remember a thought. Like I'll remember a trip I took to Disneyland when I was like 10 years old or some shit. I'm not remembering that memory exactly. I'm remembering the last time I remembered it. It's like a game of telephone in your own head.
Oh shit! Okay,
I
think I just caught on what you were saying. Basically.
Yeah. My bad. It was a little unclear at first.
No, I get what you mean. Like, No, I don't really remember it, but I remember when I tried to remember it.
I remember the last time I think I remember it. It's like saving a checkpoint in a video game.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so going on to a few of the last questions of the music aspect. What are any of these challenges that you face, whether it be performing, making music, I don't know, marketing, like being an independent artist, you know what I mean? Like what are one of the challenges that you've been facing?
I would say one of the biggest challenges, and I think this is just like one of the biggest challenges for me in general, and then once I kind of knock that out, and not necessarily knock it out because I think it's just I wouldn't say a lifelong process, but as long as you kind of make this your quote-unquote career or your passion, that is just the performing aspect and feeling like I'm happy with how I performed, you know, knowing how do you want to perform, what kind of performer do you want to be. Like, I think in like the rise of La Russell and stuff like that, it's just like it's made me pay attention to what a performance really is, because I've realized that like it's been dumbed down a lot through the years of like hip hop and stuff like that. Jadakiss, the Locks battling Dipset for,
the verses?
And him making fun of them for rapping over the lyrics, like it made me like look at things differently, like and then Russell being like, this isn't like, you know, this isn't karaoke, like you're not well, it is technically karaoke
in a way, yeah,
like, there shouldn't be lyrics technically, but like, you know, it's like you shouldn't be singing along to the song, and especially knowing that like in a real performance you shouldn't be trying to trace in how you sonically exactly said this. There should maybe be a little more oomph. You're performing it. You're telling it to me. You're not telling it to the mic necessarily. The mic's just there as a placeholder so I can hear you. You know what I mean? So stuff like that, I have to realize, interact with the crowd. When you're saying certain lyrics, maybe lock eyes with somebody. You know what I mean? Maybe like, you know, make them feel that. Like, you know, things like that. You can't just project your voice and think people are going to hear you. You got to project yourself almost.
Exactly. Bro, you put it perfectly. I mentioned literally this exact thing on an earlier episode, season 1. Okay. I was saying, like, how do you feel about people rapping over their actual song compared to, like, you know, doing it live on instrumental?
The song that I'm going to perform later, I'm just going to rap over the regular lyrics.
But this is the thing. We're not doing it live in front of a group of people. This is just you and me. You know what I'm saying? So it don't really even matter like that. But on a bigger scale, and no offense to people who do it, but I feel like, especially if they pay to be there, you're basically scamming them out of money. Because this is just me being a purist, is because when you don't perform live, and I know Beyonce don't perform live all the time, Taylor Swift don't perform live all the time, but they need to project their voice through a way bigger volume than we would. Yeah, to a volume that you stadiums. Technically, you humanly kind of can't. Exactly. At least not like, you know, without straining your voice for too long. Like, imagine all the people in this fucking parking lot have to go in one spot for you to project your voice. Do you think they're all going to hear you without, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But anyways, if you don't perform live, like your actual vocal singing voice or your rapping voice, and add a little bit of something yourself into it, I feel like you're scamming the people that paid to be there. Yeah, for sure. Because then they could have just went home and they could have just not showed up and listened to you on Spotify. Exactly. You know, and I feel like it takes away from the artistry too, because it's like, all right, this was like a quick little check, like, you know. Like, it don't matter. Like, me performing, like, yeah, you might be shy and insecure about it, but then don't pursue music if you're gonna be. And that's literally the thing. Yeah. No offense. If that's how you roll, no offense. But I'm just saying, like, as a purist, like, I might not be the best dancer. I might not be the best singer. I'm not the best rapper. I'm not even like fit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta wear like bigger clothes now. I'm not even fit where I feel confident in myself. But I gotta feel confident once my first foot steps on that stage. Yeah. Because as soon as I step on that stage, you're paid, or you're basically being paid to like be up there to entertain. Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just me. And I think it's just even the word performing. It just like, when you really, really look into like just the terms of what a performance is, it really feels like, no, you gotta add something. You have to add something to what this song already was. Yeah. If you're gonna perform this on a stage, like, and what more that wasn't already there is the live aspect. Mm-hmm. You're only gonna get the live aspect of that song when you're in the session. Yeah. That's the only way you'll ever get the live aspect. And only like 3 people are there during the session. The engineer. You might have recorded that by yourself. Exactly. Nobody. Only you and God know about that. Exactly. So it's like, add a little more, add as much of your own character that, you know, you would kind of want to show through the style of how you rap on the regular beat in person. You know what I mean? Whether it comes with the mannerisms of how you know, you're doing hand motions and stuff like that. Whether it comes with how you're bouncing or whatever. Things like that matter so
much. And it's like I've realized it through, and the reason why I even say performance is because I think we've had that first performance I was telling you about that went really well, and then the second time we performed, I believe was, I want to say that was in Vegas.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, it was in Vegas because like one of our homies had like, he had a performance that had got lined up for him from like somebody he knew, and he was like, "Oh man, you guys should come down there," or whatever. And I was like, I felt like that was the one time where it was like, this is a fucking sign. If you don't take this, you really have no excuse.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna go do it, whatever. Now, granted, that probably wasn't the best because we literally were probably maybe the second to last people to perform out of like maybe
30.
I would hope it's not that many, but it was a lot. We were tired. We were tired by the time it got to the point of like our performance. So it just did, like, I felt like the crowd had like, and like everybody had went, like there was artists who had went so much crazier before and stuff like that. I'm going on a tangent, but basically, long story short, we didn't have the greatest performance to us. I think we did fine, but at the same time, I think we didn't like how we performed.
I feel that.
You know what I mean? And I felt like we probably thought to ourselves, we didn't really connect with the crowd. We didn't get them to look at us the same way it happened the first time. So we kind of took that as an L, whereas you should probably just take that as a lesson. You know what I mean? And then the next time we performed, it was kind of like, okay, you're kind of getting that same feeling again. You know what I mean? But it's not even like the feeling of you're not projecting to the crowd. It's like, okay, drink more water. One, drink more water, but also like, you know what I mean, know what your voice is going to sound like when you're performing on that mic if you sound nervous. It's not the same as being
shaky voice. It's
a real thing. It's
a
real thing, and it's like, it's mad embarrassing, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember when we watched that back, that's what really made me realize, Art, if you're going to go back out and perform, there really needs to be some form of a change, because you can't keep getting cringed out by your own fucking voice.
You're going to have to get over that fucking hump. Yeah, I feel that.
Because I don't got a bad sounding voice on beat. I know that. But as soon as I'm live and I'm nervous, it's bad. It's bad. It's
Give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's bad. Shit, give me 10.
Give me like a 15-minute break.
But that's the reason why I think I've really been trying to think. I want to, hone in on the performance aspect from those experiences and being like, some of my favorite artists, especially like with this run Kendrick's been going on, it's like, man, there's never a backtrack. Like, you have to respect things like that from a performance standpoint. And it's like, if you want to, even if I don't necessarily aspire to be that great, I aspire to be great, and that's like one of the bare minimums. Yeah, I think so.
That was very true, because like, your voice is all that you got. So if you don't even have that to perform with, even at a way smaller scale,
that's all you got. Because then at that point, if you can't use that voice, guess what you have to use? Backtrack.
And you know how ridiculous that sounds of me fucking singing along to my backtrack.
My backtrack is is outworking me. My original recording's outworking me while I'm right here. I'm right here in front of your face. I can't.
You might as well just performed it
it's
live
performance. It's like doing a Mario Kart time trial and you're seeing your ghost in front of you, and it's like, bro, I can't beat this motherfucker.
It's like speeding past you.
Like, what did I do the first time?
How did I get this time before? That's hella funny. That's hella good. That's a good analogy. You feel me? Fucking Mario Kart. Oh God. Okay, so the last one for the music part. If there's one thing you'd like to change about, I guess, the music industry in itself, what do you think it should be, and what do you think should be implemented instead?
Fuck, there's so many things that go on in the music industry, and
okay, let me shorten it a little bit. Okay, make it a little easier. If there's one thing you could change about the way people go about indie artists, like, I guess the whole stigma of like, being you're basically your own marketing team. You're your own engineer, fucking beat maker. Some people are their own beat maker and shit. If there's one thing you can change about being an indie artist, what would that be, and what would you do instead?
What would I change? Like, do you mean in the sense of like, what could I change about myself where it's like, okay, that just makes things easier, or do you mean?
I guess in the context of this question, that probably makes more sense.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think there's an indie artist industry. It's just the regular music industry.
Well, I mean, it is well, in a way, they're kind of, I mean, it is the music industry in its entirety, but I would just say, I don't know if this necessarily answers the question, but I just want to cut out the middleman of the beat aspect, unless it's somebody that like,
the beat.
I hate searching for beats nowadays. I've gotten to the point, and that's actually what's kind of had me like at this weird, like, just stop right now necessarily. It's because I'm at this point where it's like, okay, you could keep leasing beats and stuff, but it's like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna use Mikey's probably the person who really made me start thinking of stuff like that because like
he makes his own.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Him and Jeff, and it's like it made me think. Man, if I want to be able to get to a point where I would want like an artist like maybe a Mikey to get on a song of mine and stuff like that, I don't want it to be some BeatStars beat or some YouTubers beat and stuff like that. I want it to either be something I made or something that's brand new. You're not gonna go out in the wild and be like, "Hey, I heard that beat." You know what I mean? Like
that's the crazy thing too.
That's like there was this YouTuber that I follow named Curtis King. He's a producer as well.
Curtis King, yep.
But yeah, like there was this he had this section of his YouTube called Critique My Beats, where he would listen to like a lot of people's music, whether it be beats or songs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was listening to like one of the lives one day, just out of support and stuff like that, because I just like what he does. And I'm hearing somebody else, I'm hearing their submission of the song. I hear the beat start playing, and I'm like,
you use that shit, huh? Or you were going to use it?
It's not out yet. It wasn't out yet, and it was like, you're. Like, and I can't be mad at the guy. Because ultimately you're making your music. You found the beat the exact same way I probably found it. It was like available to you the exact same way it was to me. I can't be mad at that. But it's a little disheartening to see that, because it feels like, all right, well, mine isn't really original. And you know that. Yeah. But it really does. It's a gut punch to hear that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
There's been plenty of fucking beats that I found on YouTube. I was writing to it. I just was not, I don't know what the fuck that was. I was just not ready to record. I think because I was so insecure with my voice and all that stuff. Which is
crazy because you can sing your ass off. I don't know where that came from.
Thank you. But I would write to hella beats, but I would never record it.
I get that.
Then there was like 5 beats that I had like, yo, this has to go on an album or some shit. And then I hear them somewhere else on Spotify.
Yep.
Like,
fuck. And there you go. Yep.
I was like, bro, I had the $48
it's
for
the
the
rollout. It's the rollout for a motherfucker's album. This is my single.
Motherfucker. I was like, you know what? It's either
it's a good song.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, this beat is fucking fire.
Yeah.
And then somebody took it.
Yeah. And
you know what's even funnier?
And then it gets you to the point where it's like, well, the only way to cut that out is if you buy exclusively, and at that point, I don't got that kind of money.
Like the lowest I've seen for exclusive rights is $250.
Damn, that's not bad.
That's not bad, but the highest I've seen is $2,000.
Damn, I mean, you know what's weird? I felt like the 1500s and like the thousands. I feel like those were the lows, but I honestly don't know because I've never necessarily put myself in a position to want to buy an exclusive beat. So there's certain, because there's certain beats where it's like it doesn't even have the price; it just says negotiate, and it's like, bro, what?
I got $350 right now.
I don't know how you value this beat, bro. I don't know what you value this.
No, it's like you know how it says like the highest tier is like right before negotiate, or right?
Yeah.
So whatever it's that, like if it says like $99, be like $100. That's my negotiating offer.
In my mind, whenever I see like the highest and then I see negotiate, in my mind I'm like, do I gotta add like $500 to this?
Fuck no.
I always think that they mean like add 5, but I think that's just me like, shooting for the moon and
I feel
thinking like, somebody wants to get paid if they're gonna do that. But
I don't know. I feel like I'm not even on that level to be buying beats like that. Like
exactly,
I gotta pay for this car, bro. Like I can't buy beats and pay for this car.
I don't.
It's one or the other.
And this may be a form of maybe not believing in myself, but I also feel like it's just a form of me being a realist. I don't have the expendable income to sit there and keep buying for exclusives that aren't going to end up quote unquote paying
the
me back.
ROI is not there for like artists who are indie artists who are not as well known and out there like that.
Yeah,
we still have to play the same game as the people who are more out there than us, and we don't get a good ROI from it.
No. Look, there's artists where it's like, for me, like even artists like me, and there's people who have told me, like, I'm not, like, there's Curtis has told me this, like Curtis King himself, like when I like put my stuff in, he told me where it's like, don't say that like you're not doing it for the money. You know what I mean? Because
you
like,
are.
You know what I mean? Like, because then that almost puts you in a mindset of thinking that you can't. You know what I mean? Like you're never gonna like try to do so because it's like, oh, I don't do that for that. It's like, no. If it's worth money what you're doing, then do it for that. But I just don't think that's ever really been my drive. Because I didn't want to be.
I feel like when you make it about money, like solely about money, you kind of lose You lose the plot quicker.
Yeah. Plus, my favorite, like literally my favorite starting artists and groups and stuff like that, they were never really money-centric artists and stuff like that. They were very much so more on the, like money is evil, like kind of like
Yeah,
for the
see,
most
I was
part.
like that too.
So
I
I
was
come
rapping
from
like that
that
too,
in the
yep.
sense of feeling like, well, I never got into this for that. I got into this because I love hip hop.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yep.
So,
but then you also have, when you start growing, you'd be like, well, damn, I need to make something out of this.
yeah, and you get older.
Yeah.
You get older, and then you start realizing that, like,
was it worth it?
not even was it worth it. Sometimes I think it's hard to just kind of have to sit there with the realization that what you were doing was a hobby. If you didn't want it to be.
Shit.
I think it's hard to sit with that sometimes.
That is honestly my biggest fear.
Yeah, that's the reason why, like, for me, like, because I turned 30 this year, so for me, it's like trying to find the things that make sense to keep making the music. Because, like, even when I said earlier, it's like, I think I'm a shit talker, and it's like, all right, that gets old. I don't know if I'd like I don't even necessarily listen to so many just quote unquote shit talkers after a while. Like at 30, it's like there needs to be something. There needs to be some substance. You gotta say something that it's like, I felt that. I'll come back to this just because I felt that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever it is.
And then also, just to clarify, when you say shit talker, you mean like a braggadocious rapper?
Yes. Very
Okay.
much so.
I thought
Very
you meant
much
you're
so.
like, you're a bitch and you're fucking
No.
I thought you do that on track all the time.
I talk like I have an extreme amount of haters.
It's just the Instagram comments.
Basically, yes.
Like, yeah, hi haters. It's only one comment be like, man, shut up.
Like literally, like my starting verse to like one of the songs on like our most recent project is, I'm mad. My new kicks got a gash. Probably got to take my foot up out their ass. Like that just sounds like. Okay.
You got ops out here.
Like basically, it's like man, you're doing them dirty. You got to stop. It's like. Who are you talking about? I don't know. The same way. The same way every other rapper doesn't really necessarily have somebody they're aiming at, but it's like I'm aiming with this.
It's like whatever sticks.
You know what I mean? Hey,
whoever
I hit something.
Yeah, whoever hits. Good luck.
I can't tell you what it is, but I hit something.
I feel that too because, like, like I said earlier, I was like hella heavy into battle rap.
Yeah.
So I kind of carried that cadence of like aggressive.
Yeah.
And then like some shit that I write, it sounds like too aggressive, even though it's like a love song or some shit.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Sometimes you have to sit there and realize this is a good bar. Just save it because it's not gonna sit.
Yeah. So I even have a notes app on my MacBook.
Yeah.
And it literally has all the throwaway bars that made no sense in other songs.
Hey, keep
them
because
I'll use them somewhere else.
You're gonna find in that one song where it's like, this doesn't have a crazy subject, nothing like that. Oh, this a fit perfect. Hold on, I've been waiting. There's been so many songs that I've had a bar where it's been sitting there for like 5 months. And it just fits in like literally just this real quick 4-bar sequence, and it's like, I'm glad I got to use this.
Yep.
I'm glad I got to use this.
It's like 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 when you find like a missing sock, and then you're like, yo, this kind of fits with this other song.
Hey,
I think it might
it's
match.
black. The logos on the bottom, you can't see them.
Hey, as long as they look similar.
Exactly.
For sure. Okay, so going on from the first half of this episode, kind of how it usually does.
Yeah.
I always try to talk about the artists, how they came up, music stuff. But the second half is always about mental health, because I'm a pretty big advocate for like mental health.
Yes,
and,
sir.
you know what I mean? And I want to always make a safe space for all my guests to speak on theirs.
You made a great safe space. You allowed the AC to run when it needed to run.
Hey,
that's all I ever asked for.
Hell yeah. So I'm going to start this off by a very softball question.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I'm doing better than I was about 7 minutes ago when I was having a bit of a heat stroke, it felt like. I'm chilling out.
And I'm wearing a jacket, bro. So.
Yeah, he's making me hot, but I'm dealing with the feeling.
That's what's up.
But no, I'm doing pretty good. I
That's
think,
good.
for the most part. I got my days, but for like right now, at this moment, doing pretty damn good.
There you go. I always love to hear people doing good, because like I've been in a space where I didn't have any good days, like for like especially during the pandemic, like
oh yeah, man, I know so many of us.
Straight through the whole pandemic, it was like pretty much like, nah, you having a bad day, bro.
The pandemic was just a time for uncertainty, man.
Yeah,
just nothing but uncertainty.
Yeah, because then you'd hear like, oh shit, 5,000 people died today. Shit, am I one of them?
Am I an essential worker?
Right.
It's just like so many things, man. So many things.
Exactly. So with, obviously everybody has their bad days or good days.
For sure.
What is it that's something you like to do that kind of keeps you in a better mental state? Healthy wise.
I appreciate that you say that. Because, well, I mean, everything that I do that ain't necessarily healthy, that shit don't help. That shit don't help at all. It's just for the fun aspect. No, bro, honestly, Just music, bro. Like, honestly, I think like just moments of, and just funny because I saw this post this other day that actually, like, I felt like it was just a straight attack where it was like, at like around as a grown man, you shouldn't be inside of your house by yourself with noise cancellation headphones, both headphones in. I was like, yo,
yeah, I agree,
but I do. I do, and I've been geeking out to my fucking music. The world, man, I want to hear this music to like the craziest degree, to where it's like when my dad is yelling something to me, Nick, I can't hear him, and he just quits talking to me after a while because it's like, oh, you can't hear me. I'm not ignoring you. I just want to hear this music this loud. I don't know.
Trying to hear it right now.
You know what I mean? Sometimes I want to sit there and listen to it's a murder on the dance floor, like as loud as possible.
Okay,
whatever it may be.
I feel that. Okay,
stuff like that. I think that can just put me in the mood of like. Yeah, it's just me.
I feel like when you're if you find a way to get into your own bubble, like I guess that's probably the best explanation. Your own bubble. Yeah. You kind of just don't want to care about the world around you because you're in honestly your bubble. The world disappears. Yeah. If you do it the right way, a lot of the time, which I do understand why that post was even a thing. It's kind of like you can't do that so consistently that to where you're just avoiding the world necessarily. See, that's the thing that I was gonna say is like. During the end tail of the pandemic in 2020 going into 2021, I disassociated, or not even disassociated, just kind of like avoided people because obviously we had to stay away from people.
Yeah, for sure.
The mandate, and then also being in like a really depressive state at the time, I made it so like I did it to the extreme that there was a point in time where I didn't even leave the house unless I was moving it for street cleaning.
I get that.
Or I was going out to get food.
I get that. I mean, it's weird because I'm like, I wouldn't say I'm at that point now, but I'm at that weird point. I'm at that age now too where it's like trying to figure out what do you go outside the house for. Now, sometimes it's just to go take a walk. But sometimes I'm at this weird feeling where it feels like sometimes I can only really leave the house if I have money, because it's like
everything costs money.
If you don't have a group of friends to just sit there and just kind of cool out with, like. Yeah, for the most part. So I'm trying to find the things that balance. A healthy balance of just getting out the house. But you know.
So are you considering yourself like a homebody?
Yeah, at this point for fucking sure, man. Definitely. Damn. Like I would consider myself an introvert without a doubt.
Really?
Without a fucking doubt.
Okay, so from my perspective, from the first time I saw you at Mikey's thing, I assume everybody in there is extrovert. And that's the thing. I felt like I was the only introvert.
I'm an extrovert with the people I like. If I like where I'm at, I will be very, very, very outgoing.
Yeah.
And like my social battery can run for as long as it fucking needs to. But as soon as I feel like, all right, I can kind of go home. I can kind of do this.
What is your tell when you're like done with it? Like when you're done like hanging out with people, like do you do something like you fidget or XYZ?
I'm just bored. I'm probably just I'm probably just like the feeling, like the feeling of boredom just kicks in so hard that it's just like I really don't want to be here. And it sucks because that feels like such like a vague like feeling of just boredom. Really, that was the bro. Boredom kicks my ass.
You know what it
boredom
is?
Can kick my ass, dude. I'm sorry.
Damn, boredom won.
Yeah, it's like, zero. Dude, I that's probably part of the ADHD too. It's like the sense of sitting down. You know what I mean? Things just feel too boring.
Yeah, so I was mentioning that in another episode too, that ADHD kind of played a part that I didn't realize until like later on in life. Like I mentioned this in middle school.
Yeah.
Do you remember SSR? Sustained Silent Reading?
Oh shit! I haven't heard that in so long.
That's the same exact reaction.
Oh my god!
Flashback of fucking nostalgia, right? Yeah. So SSR was the time you had to sustain silent reading, so you couldn't make noise, you couldn't talk, you just had to read.
Yeah.
Every time I put my face in the book, I read the first 3 sentences, and my mind is like fucking everywhere else.
Yep.
And I was like, what is that? Like, why can't I pay attention to shit?
ADHD.
Yeah. So I found out it was ADHD, and ADHD is also linked to like other mental health stuff like depression, anxiety.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, see, I didn't know those things. Yeah, I didn't know those things.
See?
That makes a lot of
see? Yeah, see, it's something I realized like just last month. Cause I was living this whole life like I'm a fucking depressed dude, and you know my mom would always say like you're fucking lazy all the time, and you know it would take me so long to do stuff because I was like overly thinking something that takes maybe like 5 minutes to do. That's
still a problem I deal with sometimes. Like literally one of my biggest problems is eating. Because I know this is going to sound so fucking crazy. It's the process of knowing, all right, I got to get up, walk into the kitchen, probably pull out what I want to make. It's probably going to be frozen, so that means that I got to probably start cooking it. It's probably going to take and then I start calculating the time that's going to take. And it's just like, I could continue doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because that's going to take that time. And then I also have to clean it up. And then it's just like, I don't want to do all that stuff. I don't want to do all that stuff, which will stop me from eating even if I'm hungry.
Damn. You're blocking your own blessings, bro.
I know.
What's going on?
Like, that's one thing that like really just like weirds people out when I tell them that. They're like, "You're that lazy?"
The thing with me is that like I don't get lazy to eat. I get sidetracked while I'm like for same example, like if I'm cooking something, right? Let's say I put it in the air fryer for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be in there for 10 minutes, but I just set it there and it's just like, okay, in case there's extra time that I need it, it's already set. So I'll be like, okay, I got 10 minutes. I'll go to the bathroom. You need to use the bathroom. And be like, oh, damn, the sink is dirty. Maybe I should clean it a little bit. And then I'll be like, okay, the sink is clean. And like, damn, I gotta wash my hands now. All right, okay, damn, we really gotta get some new towels. All right, where's the towels? Gotta get the towels. Oh shit, a lot of stuff is unorganized near the towel cabinet.
Sounds like OCD mixed in with the ADHD though too.
But my mind is everywhere, bro. And then like after the 10 minutes I'm like, wait, I could have sworn I had something going on. And then I find out my air fryer fucking burnt my food. You know
That's what happens with me with toast all the time. And the thing that fucks me up is I'm always playing the game when I want to make toast. I'll start like in whatever the hell that happens in the game. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm going to do it for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna come like literally the last time I was making toast and I fucking forgot. I came back to the toast being so hot that as soon as I opened the oven, it caught fire.
Oh shit!
But I literally it was on foil, so I just folded the foil around it.
You were able to hold the foil hot?
Like, I mean, it was, well, I don't know how I did it. I just did it really quick, like put it on top. At that point, the flame has nowhere to go. So then,
if it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I was scared.
Shit,
if this fire hits something that it ain't supposed to, I'm gonna be in so much fucking trouble, and I don't want to have to deal with this. So just
fuck.
Yeah.
All because of the game for 5 minutes.
For some fucking toast.
Damn. This great combo. I love this conversation.
No, I feel you.
That's hell. So basically what we were talking about during this break is like Nickelodeon, like telling kids to go outside and play, and like we were trying to figure out which network was having kids go outside and not
like
playing
had a
shows.
day and just not playing any shows for that entirety of that thing.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I think it was Cartoon Network because we realized it wouldn't be Disney Channel.
Yeah, Disney Channel has too many little kids and like children.
Yes.
And then Nickelodeon was more so for like children, a little older children, and then tweens.
Yeah, like
and then Cartoon Network was for sure teenagers.
Yeah, definitely. And I was saying because that same network is where you would end up finding Adult Swim. You ended up staying up a little bit too late. You end up seeing some shit where it's like,
you're not supposed to be watching it.
You're not supposed to, but I love this.
Yeah.
I love this just as much as the cartoons I was watching a few hours ago. I felt like Toonami was still... That was teenagers for freaking sure.
Yeah.
That was like, like a 15-year-old, 16-year-old for sure.
Yeah,
that was like
so
all
like
the
regular Cartoon Network was like 12 to 14
for
to
sure.
maybe 15.
Maybe 15.
But Toonami was definitely 15 to 16, 17.
Yeah.
And then Adult Swim was 17 and up.
That's where I had Naruto, that's where I first watched Dragon Ball Z, man.
Do you remember all the old shows? All the old anime shows at least?
Like Inuyasha, Big O, Zoids, Sailor Moon, Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo. Like there were I loved all of those shows, bro. Like, oh my god.
There was a show. I don't know if anybody remembers it because it only lasted like one season, but it's called Cyborg 009. It's like 9.
What year was that?
I think it's like 2002, 2003.
Oh shoot!
But it's basically like 9 cyborgs.
Yeah.
But they're all dressed in like this red suit with like black boots, and they all have like different powers and shit. It was only one season, so I didn't think
I do not know if I've seen that. But I also don't remember exactly what year it was that I like really started picking up on watching Toonami and Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Because I looked back like a few years ago where it was like, okay, what was the time when I started watching? Because you can go back and see like, oh, these are the shows in this block. Oh, I remember this block. So this is probably right when I got into there.
Yeah.
So, for sure. Like Inuyasha and stuff like that.
Inuyasha.
That was my block.
Oh, really?
Part. Yeah, like right at the Inuyasha, Cowboy Bebop, Big O, those
Big
things.
O.
Like,
do you remember the show called Fully Cooley?
Yeah, bro. But literally, I have the song on one of my playlists, the theme song for it, which is God, I can't remember what the hell it's called right now, but I freaking love it. Oh my god, I almost want to find it real fast, but I'm not gonna do that.
We'll put it in post. We'll put that.
But
in post.
I love the theme song for Fully Cooley.
Fully Cooley. I think they were saying that Fully Cooley was somewhat of an inspiration for the designs and the comedy and all that for Teen Titans.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't like the main inspiration, but there was like some things that they did in the show, like for example, I forgot what exactly they said, but there was like some references that they made from the show. Like remember Fully Cooley, there was like a thing that came out of his forehead.
Yeah.
In Teen Titans, there was an episode where this big ass thing came out of Starfire's forehead, and I guess that was like a direct reference to the show. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh my fucking God, you're right. I just didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That's wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
And then also, like, you know how like they're very animated Japanese like movements or like like looking like what the hell? You know?
Yeah.
Teen Titans, same thing.
Well, yeah. Well, I call it the anime face. Like when you go from like regular, just kind of like regular drawn art style,
into
and
like
then it goes into like the very like your eyes are like just straight slants or whatever.
Yeah.
It's very animated in the sense of like
exactly.
No human could ever like remake that face.
Yeah, exactly. So that was like the direct references or inspiration from Fully Cooley.
Well, I mean, I love Teen Titans. So
Teen Titans was probably go to show. Okay, so going back onto the mental health portion.
Let's do.
Let's see.
Man, I really want to remember what the hell that name of that theme song is for Fully Cooley.
I'll put it in the post. I'll put like a little screenshot too.
Okay, cool.
We could look it up after this and then screenshot that and then send it to me so I can put it in.
Boom, that works.
Okay, for sure.
Because if you have not heard the theme song for Fully Cooley, you are very much so missing out. You're not going to understand a damn thing they're saying, but you're going to love it regardless.
See, and that's what the music is. It's just you vibe with it.
Yeah, sometimes the feeling is all that matters.
Yeah, if you don't know what the fuck they're saying, who cares? It feels good to listen to.
I've heard it so many times. There's times where I'm saying what they're saying. I don't know what they're saying because it's in full Japanese, but damn it, I swear I said that right. I've heard it enough times. I swear I said that right.
Yeah. So, when you hear it that many times, you just already know what they're saying, but you don't even know what you're saying.
No, not at all.
That's like me. Like I watched Rush Hour 2 fucking millions of times.
It's the best.
I say the Asian parts.
Is
I don't
it
know
the best Rush Hour
2?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because honestly, I feel like it's between 2 or 3. Personally,
2 or 3? You think it's better than 1?
It's what's bro. I really do like the third one. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you got to think the third one is where we get the karate class fucking scene.
Oh yeah, he is you and I am him.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care, you, me, him.
He's too damn big. You don't feed him too damn much. Like that type of shit.
He's fucking hella big, bro. Like,
but granted, that's just Rush Hour is just funny.
Yeah,
so I think that
Yeah, you hear they're making a 4th.
How? I thought Chris Tucker had like gotten to a point where he doesn't really do like he doesn't even cuss anymore. I don't think.
The thing is, I feel like they're setting it up for like the next generation Rush Hour.
I mean, I'll be fine with them being a new Rush Hour and like new character. It's been long enough to where you can make a new Rush Hour. Honestly,
yeah,
you could have new characters
because the 3 was made in like 2008.
Yeah, that was
17 years ago. I think we're overdue for.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure Jackie does his own stunts still, but
he's old now, bro.
Yeah, and I'm sure that Chris Tucker doesn't want to necessarily. I'm not saying he doesn't want to. I'm sure he would love to, but I think just where he aligns himself in life nowadays, like he's a lot more religious, and like I don't even think he cusses like that anymore.
Really?
Stuff. So I don't think that's his line of work anymore for the most part. I could be wrong. I could be completely and totally off, and somebody could probably be listening to this and being like.
See, that's the thing though, is like I don't want them to remake it and then end up being like, have you seen Bad Boys for Life?
Oh fuck, have I?
It was like it came
that
out
was
like
the
2020.
Was that the one with Will's son? Like where like the bad guy was okay, yeah.
Wait, it was his son?
No, it wasn't his son, but like the bad guy and I'm spoiler, sorry. My bad. The bad guy that they were chasing the whole time ended up being Mike Lowry's son.
No, I've never seen that. Is that the 4th one?
Is
that 3rd?
That's the 3rd one, I think.
Is it?
That's the 3rd one because the 4th one.
That's how long.
Because the 3rd one was Bad Boys for Life, I think.
No, Bad Boys for Life was the 3rd movie.
That's what I'm saying. The 3rd one.
Yeah.
But I think
the 4th one should have been Bad Boys for Life.
Yes, that's where they missed an opportunity. They missed a very obvious opportunity.
That's why I didn't even watch the 4th one because I was like, the 3rd one is called For Life.
Yeah,
so, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what? I give up. I'll leave it with Reggie.
Yeah,
yeah.
Some series just need to stop after a while. For sure. Like for me. But then at the same time, I also think to myself sometimes maybe I shouldn't be saying that because there really is probably somebody in a very much newer generation where it's like that worked for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
And
true.
I got that feeling that maybe you got when you first saw the original. And I can't take that away from somebody.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Maybe I'm just selfish.
And
You know?
you like what you like, and if it felt like it was yours, especially like something like SpongeBob. Like when I see that
Yeah.
SpongeBob is still running, sometimes in my mind I'm like, bro,
Shut the
cut
shit
that
off.
shit, man, because like all the good episodes is when I was a kid.
1 to 3.
You know,
I'm gonna die on the hill. SpongeBob season 1 to 3 is probably the best
they are the best seasons.
TV of cartoon thing ever.
If anything, they are the best seasons of SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Just like I think objectively, like I think the comedy was just
It was
different compared
on
to what it
point.
is now, for
Yeah,
surely.
totally on point.
Same with Fairly Odd Parents. They started adding in Poof, and then they started adding in all
Even
these other
before,
things.
I feel like even before Poof.
Yeah,
That's just me.
Yeah. Well, I feel like Fairly Odd Parents was kind of able to get away with it because around the time of Poof, I feel like that was the time they should have cut it.
I think during Poof itself, the character was the point in which Fairly Odd Parents knew that they were just going to go straight.
They ran out of ideas.
Yeah.
They ran out of ideas that were interesting enough to get like Timmy into interesting situations. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
now we add a baby. Y'all know how crazy this shit gets with a baby.
And then
so
they added a dog, right? After.
fuck, did they add a dog?
Yeah, after.
Well, there was a
Poof.
girl they added or something like that. Remember?
Oh yeah.
There
You're
was
right.
that other girl. I just
You're
don't.
right, you're right.
Which I,
Since we're on this topic, before we go back into the mental health thing, this very last topic, what is your hot take for, instead of like regular TV, anime?
my hot take for anime.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I've had this discussion outside of the podcast, and I'm kind of interested on hearing everybody's
That's funny
now.
because I've actually heard this question asked like at anime convention.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
what's your
they
hot take?
definitely do. They
for
definitely
sure. This is gonna sound really fucking crazy because I love it so much,
wanna
and
hear it.
it's funny because this probably is gonna sound like one of the most mainstream ones because there's so many animes I haven't seen like
Okay.
for the time being. And I really love the move. I love some of the forms that came up with. We didn't need the entirety of Dragon Ball Super. The entirety of Dragon Ball Super, we didn't need.
He's
It's
spitting
great
right now.
but we didn't need it.
He's
We
spitting
didn't
right
need it.
now.
We didn't need it.
Hell
It
yeah.
ended up oversaturating a lot of the feeling of too many transformations. Like that was the moment that the saying of too many transformations was very much so true. Like true.
Yeah.
It was true as hell. Like just
If you think about it, there was more transformations from, I think it was Kai. Or not even Kai. It was after Kai.
well, I mean, Kai is literally just Dragon Ball Z. It's just remastered.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
Not Kai, but Super. Yeah, so Super had more transformations in just Super alone than
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z, and you know what I'm saying?
And Dragon Ball GT,
Yeah.
which in Dragon Ball GT had the right amount of transformations. It's not even canon.
No, I'm not pointing anything. I had a realization. My bad. I had a realization. We just said it. So Poof was the idea that the show people knew that their show was going downhill.
Yeah.
The transformations of DBZ was the points that they knew that this show was going
No,
downhill.
and God rest his soul, but I think the transformation.
R.I.P. by the way.
Akira Toriyama just needed more direction. I think.
Yeah,
I think he just needed a little more direction, and I think he just needed somebody to sit there and pat him and be like, "Hey, bro, you don't remember that last episode? That one thing happened. They can't do that. They can't do that right now, bro.
Yeah,
That
you're going totally outside of canon, bro.
like, yeah, it's like, and you wrote that.
Yeah.
Like, so stuff like that. Like,
I'll even take this whole hot take further. DBZ itself,
Yeah.
whether it be GT, Kai, fucking Super, DBZ peaked at Cell Games.
yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Like, trust. Like, I like that we were able to get Super Saiyan 3 through the Buu saga and everything like that, and damn, it's hard to say that because that means that we don't get Vegeta saying that. All right, I admit it, Goku, Kakarot, you're the best. We don't get Vegeta saying you're the best without that saga, but a lot of that shit got dragged out. That the form of like y'all kind of botched the feeling of Super Saiyan 3 by giving it to Gotenks.
Yeah,
Y'all really did.
Don't get me wrong. He had a cool ass design though.
He definitely did.
His hair
but
was
his
taller
power
than him.
is you can't tell me it's close to Goku's. So what are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
What was the point of giving
there
it
was
to
too
him?
much power imbalance. And then here's another thing. Fucking Boo became their friend later even after he killed everybody and ate
Which,
everybody.
I mean, I get, because there was even that portion of time where Fat Boo had like, you know, stopped killing people. He was cool with Hercule, and then they killed the dog, and then that sent him over, and that was look. You see what happened with John Wick. Stay away from the dogs.
You
Stop
can't fuck
killing
with the dogs. Can't kill the dogs,
ain't got
bro.
shit to do with this.
Kill the people all you want, but
Bro,
the dogs,
you're fine. Nobody's gonna care. You know,
the dogs are totally
you can have
fine.
a funeral, but I mean, like,
Right. The dogs, nah, they didn't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, that's my hot take. Everybody
I'm not mad at
disagrees.
you.
Everybody
I'm not
disagrees
mad at you
though.
because my favorite character in Dragon Ball Z is Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. That's at the peak. So I'm not mad at you.
Yep. And then the fucking one-arm Kamehameha.
Yeah, dude. I related to Gohan a whole lot. I'm probably maybe not as much now. I'm 30. We're about to be 30. But like as a kid, I was just like, yeah, that feeling like, you know, stop picking on me. I don't want to do these things. Like, you know, but it's like I gotta let out this fucking beast inside of me that everybody keeps telling me I have. Like that was my whole thing as a kid, man.
Bro, Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 was every introvert's dream.
Yes.
Because they wanted to be that fucking like, I've had it. Like I'm fucking super powered and I'm gonna kill everybody with one chop.
Super Saiyan 2 is the antithesis of fuck around and find out. I didn't even want you to find out.
Yeah. I didn't even know I could do
like
it.
Super Saiyan 2 is like, I didn't even want you to find out. But hey, here we are.
I know.
Here we fucking are.
Hey, we figured out what an introvert's true dream is.
Yep.
Super Saiyan 2.
Super Saiyan 2. Not 3, because
not 3.
That power up takes way too damn long.
Yeah. It's convoluted, but let's keep it simpler at 2. Okay, so
kill.
with all that being said, going back to the mental health going back to the mental health thing. This is the ADHD, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
This is the ADHD section of the podcast. So back to the mental health stuff. This is the last question for mental health, by the way.
Yes, sir.
Who is the most influential person in your life, and how did they impact you?
Ooh, damn. Who is the most influential person in my life, and how do they impact me? Fuck. Because that's like one of those questions where it's like, if you don't say one of your parents, you look kind of crazy.
I feel like this is one of those things where it doesn't actually have to. I think it's better if it's not, because I would assume it's already a given, especially if both your parents are in your life. Mm-hmm. It's already a given that both of them will be influential on you.
True. That's true.
So it could literally be anybody else. Like, I'll totally take parents
the most
already.
Influential, I would say, of all time.
Let's say from the beginning of your music career, or no, actually, yeah, of all time. Let's just go all time, because then somebody from your childhood could be influential on your life and affect you now. You know?
That's true.
So, from your whole life.
Damn, that is such a good question. Actually, wow.
Yes.
And plus, I've never actually been asked that. Well,
2 for 2, y'all. Or okay, let me rephrase this question.
Damn, that is so hard to get off, because I'm like,
you're probably gonna think of
I
this
feel like
after.
a lot of people don't influence me now. At least not now, for the most part. Or
let me ask this in a better or different way. Who had the most impact on your life, and how did that impact, I guess, change your way of thinking about life?
It was a friend who's probably not necessarily my friend for at this moment anymore, though.
Okay.
But I definitely had a long point in time in my life where I feel like I learned a lot from him for the most part. Like, you know what I mean? Like
internally?
Like internally, and just outside, he was older than me. Like, even if it was just like a year older than me, I just felt like he felt like the older brother I didn't have for the most part. So it was like, okay, cool. I learned a lot from him. There was a lot of myself, like, changing wise, where it was like, I should try to do what he's doing there. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot more sense as a man, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But at the same time, that fell off a while ago. But I would say, that actually doesn't work, because that would be my whole life, and I haven't known my whole life.
That's okay. But anybody.
But honestly, when I'm thinking of, like, probably just like my closest group of friends, honestly, dude. Like,
how do they impact you on how you thought about life?
That just, I don't really necessarily know how to say how I am. Sometimes they make mistakes that I have to end up learning from. Sometimes I end up making mistakes that they end up having to learn from. I just feel like it's hard to say, man, because influence wise, because it's like it's kind of hard to influence me for more than like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's like, for me, if like for my friends, I would say, I think for the most part, like I want to be a better friend a lot of time for them and stuff like that. I want to be a better guy a lot of the time.
I think that's the type of influence I was talking about. Is like,
you know
who influences you to be a better person, a better musician, a better friend.
I would definitely say like my close group of friends. So I would say like EMP.
Okay.
For surely EMP, I would say, which would be my rap group, which would, like, this tattoo that I have right here.
Oh shit! Okay.
Posse, like,
EMP.
Yep.
Okay.
So, like,
what does that stand for?
The Epic Woman Posse.
Oh shit! Okay. Shout out to EMP then.
Which literally I feel like was like, it started at the Pilots, and then like when the Pilots broke up, like EMP kind of found its way through there, which was between me and Montel, and then we ended up creating a group of friends where it's like, yeah, you know, like we really, really rock with each other, and like, you know, we're able to find each other's, like, you know, if one person's falling short, we'll let each other know, like we're not, you know, silent about those things. Like I try to just make sure that, like, I think like nowadays I'm just trying to make sure I'm a good man and that like I make sense in the group that I am, because I think I got a cool group of friends growing up to be good people. So it's like I kind of just have to find my
That's
role
fucking
in that.
tight. That's not even a rap group. That's like a fucking.
Well, yeah, no, it's not really a rap group. The rapper side for the most part is me and Montel. For the most part,
Okay. I feel like
it's just a group of a brothership.
That's
you know what I mean?
okay. A brotherhood. I like
brotherhood.
that. I fuck with that.
Brothership. Brotherhood.
There's a mothership.
there definitely is.
But yeah, I fuck with that, because if you can find people who elevate you to be not even just a better one thing, like artist, musician, whatever. If you can find a group to make you a better person, that's the group that you want to be
like when
around.
they end up doing great things, it makes me look back at myself, because it's like, I don't think any of us is better than each other. So if you can do that, I can do the great thing I want to do. And that means that he can do the great thing he wants to do. And whenever we see each other, we can't ever use it as, we have to just use it as motivation. And I try to do that, because it's like whenever I see them do certain things, it's like, yeah, that's my group of friends. But this is my group of friends, so I can do just as good shit. So you know what I mean? I try to just stay consistent with that, so that I don't look at myself as like, yeah, you don't need to be here. You're around, like, you know, people doing good things that you're maybe not necessarily.
Like, you don't want to sell yourself short. Be like, I can't do great things like them or some shit.
Not even that. Just kind of feel. I don't want to feel like a burden of like, yeah, he's the weak link. You know what I mean? And not in the sense of like, just you are your environment. You know what I mean? A lot of time, or you are the friends that you hang with. So it's like if you're hanging with somebody who doesn't have any aspirations or things for themselves,
you probably won't either. You're gonna be around, like, what is it called? Birds of a feather flock together.
Yes, they do.
And if you ain't got no feathers, you ain't flying nowhere. So
exactly. So you know what I mean, I just want to make sure that I always got some feathers, and if I'm not, I'm growing them back.
Hey, there you go. See, all it takes is a good group of people to fucking be a better person.
Yeah, community is such a big thing, man.
That's literally what I'm
community
building. Fuck yeah, that's what I love about bringing everybody here to the show, is that everybody's so not like-minded. Like, everybody has different ideas and stuff, but everybody's a very open and insightful person who's willing to hear stuff out, willing to share stuff, you know. And I love that about the people that I bring on. Like, thank God every single person that I brought on the show has been that cool, because like if not, then obviously it's like
awkward as fuck.
Yeah, this conversation with this episode would only be like 5 minutes long.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. That'd be a very short episode.
Yeah,
and at that point,
thank God.
Put it out.
Yeah, thank God for all you guys. Shout out to all my guests who have been on the show. I really appreciate you and your time. So we are reaching the last portion of the show, and the last two things before the end of it. So what I do is I ask every guest to take a Post-it note, cut it in half, and write one question on each, right? Okay. And then the next guest.
Yeah, I saw that Mikey had picked up Don's, so y'all for that.
Yeah. So you've seen the little tin box. Yeah. So we're gonna pull out you're gonna pull out a Post-it note, and then you're gonna read it, and if it has a name on it, just mention who it came from.
That's the one that picked up. Yep.
There you go.
Damn, wow, that's some. You wrote not a lot, but
was that me?
No, I just thought I thought it would have been like just a phrase. No, it's a sentence. Hold on.
You wrote a paragraph on a Post-it note.
I'm assuming you want me to read this out loud.
Oh yeah.
Correct. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah.
If money wasn't an issue, what would you actually do with the week? Monday through Saturday. What do you want your life to look like? Anthony R.
Oh, Anthony Regala. Shout out to Anthony Regala.
Monday through Saturday. Damn, so we just
the Lord's Day Sunday.
I ain't mad at you. You ain't wrong. That is Sabbath day. What do you want your life to look like? If money wasn't a problem, I'm not gonna lie to you. Monday through Saturday, I would want 5 days at. No, that's 6 days. Yeah, 5. Yeah, at least 5.5. 5.5 of those days to just be doing something fucking music related, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I know it sounds like maybe a little bit like superficial in the sense of like, nah, you probably would want to do. No, dude, I really just like doing a lot of music stuff. Like when I'm doing things music related, I just feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
So like if I was going to an event to go do this, and then I was going to go have a session with these people that I like making music with, and then going to do this,
like a musician's lifestyle.
Yeah, I would fucking love that. Now I understand it may seem like it's a little bit too fast, this and that. It's like, no, as long as I love what I'm doing, I'm willing to go wherever the hell I can.
And there's no money I gotta spend. Oh shit!
That's not the problem,
right?
That's not the problem. I'll do all the small shit I want to do in the midst there. I'll smoke my little weed or whatever, and go talk to a woman like after all this other stuff is done. But to just know that like I wake up, all right, I'm gonna go get ready to go do this, and it's music related. Like that's just like that's why it was like it was such a cool like feeling to go to the Mikey and Friends events to just know we all want to fucking make some good music.
Yeah.
No matter how like what genre we're shooting for today or whatever it is, it just felt like. Yeah, I'm supposed to be here. We're supposed to be doing this.
It was just kind of meant to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like if I could do something like that, like I'd.
So 5.5 days out of 6.
Yes.
Music related.
Yeah, because there's ones that basically I want that one day to either completely blow it playing nothing but fucking video games all day.
Burnt toast. Okay.
Or burnt toast.
Burnt toast and play on fucking
burnt
video
toast
game.
and play video games
That's
just for a
what's up.
fucking
Okay.
day, and then all the rest of those days just be productive. Or if I don't blow it on video games, go on a date or something.
Okay, that's what's up. Okay, I fuck with that. Honestly, like if you really, that just means that you really love this music shit.
I definitely do. I can't say that I'm always as motivated to get
do
down
it.
and do it, but like the feeling of once I'm there doing it, I fucking love it, man.
Yeah,
I love it.
I feel it like it would be worth the trip.
Or any trip. Man. I mean, we drove to Vegas for that performance.
Oh shit,
We
that's an 8-hour
drove
drive.
There and back, bro. I just wanted to perform. I thought it made sense.
Dang, that's if you guys have never been through those struggles, I don't know what to say, because I've been through my struggles too. You know, going to shows, nobody shows up or some shit.
Yeah, and for us to not like the performance for driving 9 hours.
But it's the love of chasing what you want it to be, even if it doesn't end up being what you wanted it to be. Just chasing that.
Just even
that
saying
moment.
that you did that all for the love of I wanted to perform my music.
Yeah. Yeah, my little cousin, her mom, I remember because they live in Santa Clara, and then they missed the tryouts back when American Idol was like popping.
Yeah,
and
I was just talking about
American Idol. Went to the LA one. They drove to LA from Santa Clara just to go there, and then right after audition, just came right back home.
Oh shit!
And I was like, damn, that's a dedicated mom and daughter.
When you really want to, like, when you really, really, really like doing something, you will go out of your way to do those things.
Fuck
man.
yeah!
When you really, really like that stuff,
if you want it, go get it.
Yeah, for sure.
If you don't got time, make time.
And because we're on borrowed time, bro, you don't know when this shit's gonna go. So do something fucking fun for the day.
Hell yeah, something fun and something fulfilling.
Oh, I just thought of what I was gonna write on my paper now. Awesome, great.
There you go.
I just thought of it.
Hey,
I know exactly what I'm
and
going
some
with.
of these. Yeah, some of these. And done.
My paper's just gonna say and like the most fanciest fucking writing.
A nice ass looking T.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Okay, so for the very last part of this segment, I always like to ask, what is one quote or words that you live by that you can share with everybody?
Okay, one quote. It is what it is until it isn't.
It is what it is until it isn't.
So just always be prepared. That's all I can say.
Okay.
It is what it is until it isn't. So always be prepared. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You never know what's gonna happen.
Bro, I literally said that today. If you ain't gotta get ready if you stay ready, and I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
If you fail to prepare,
you prepare to fail.
Like, it's like, there's so many different ways of saying it.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like I just like it is what it is till it isn't, because for a long time, even like through my little depressive state, it is what it is was just strictly what it was. It was my way of dealing with let it be what it is. You can deal with that until it becomes something so much bigger that you can't just sit there and put this off to the side anymore. It is what it is until it isn't. Deal with it accordingly. Deal with what comes to you accordingly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I went to Japan and I saw this like statue of this like little Buddha looking character. Had big feet, and like the thing was you have to rub his feet for good luck and whatever.
Yeah.
And his name was Billiken. Billiken, I think. And so there's like a shrine where he's sitting on. His feet are fucking huge. And then there's a shrine. It's like a square.
Yeah.
It's like he's sitting on a square platform. And in the outline of that square, it's a small description of what this thing is, and it's basically a god, right?
Okay.
And Billiken is the god of whatever is meant to be is, or something in that context. But basically, it's basically like a god of whatever this is.
The god of results.
That's
like the god of results. I guess
whatever is meant to be will be, or some shit like that. Something in that context. But I was just like, interesting. That's
the god of conclusion.
Hey, if that's what it's meant to be, it's meant to be. It's meant to be.
At the conclusion, this is where we ended up at.
Yeah. So speaking of conclusion, that is pretty much it for this segment. You want to do your song?
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's do it, man.
Let's do a break.
Let's do a break.
AC break.
AC break, and
AC
then we
break.
do songs.
AC
man.
break, then the song. All right. So for the very last portion of the show, we got a song. What's the song called?
Man, it's called ANDIS. You know, just in a reference to that the clippers that that black people have been using to cut their hair for mad long. We was kids and stuff, like when our dads was cutting it, when the other barbers was cutting it, whatever. ANDIS. Now a lot of the barbers nowadays probably don't use it like that, but it's a classic. So
there you go.
Oh no, we're gonna have fun on this one.
Now pay attention before the time's up. These niggas spit that raw, not no prime cut. Lately we been shining, so it ain't that hard to find us. I mean, your boy about as fresh as this lineup. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? Say fuck is you talking about, nigga? Say fuck is you talking about, nigga? Say fuck is you talking about, nigga? I hit a coupe, I just hopped out. It's time to pop out. So fresh that I could probably bring the block out. Might even have that ass thinking that I was rich. Shit, my barber got me clean as a bitch. Straight from the V back down to the rich. If I shoot my shot, I got a crazy amount of clips. Think I found me a lick. And ain't no talking, just got baby girl mounting the dick. Ooh, guess it's one of them days. On that player shit, it ain't no chance of a chase. I got a fresh pair of forces and a fresh to face. You gotta be as fresh as this to even be in my face. Attention, before the time's up. You niggas spit that raw, not no prime cut. I mean, lately we been shining, so it ain't that hard to find us. I mean, your boy about as fresh as this lineup. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? Say the fuck is you talking about, nigga? Say the fuck is you talking about, nigga? I say the fuck is you talking about, nigga? To say I'm not him, now baby girl, you killing me. At this point, you should address me as Himothy. And with them eyes that you giving me, I can tell this fake got you like you chugging some Hennessy. Stop playing. I look so good, it's a crime, but no halfway crook shit. I'm saying I could take a nigga bitch like she a page out of book. Attention, before the time's up. You niggas spit that raw, not no prime cut. Nigga, lately we been shining, so it ain't that hard to find us. I mean, your boy about as fresh as this lineup. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? Check it out, baby. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? Check it out. Say fuck is you talking about, nigga? Check it out. I said fuck is you talking about, nigga? Check it out, baby. Ooh, I mean, your boy about as fresh as this lineup. Yeah, I said I mean, your boy about as fresh as this lineup.
Hey, good shit. Good shit. Hell yeah.
Man, you know, it's a song off of my album that I dropped. It was actually 2 years ago, but Coffee and Crispy Lineups is the single off of there. It's one of my favorite songs that I've done. I feel like it's just a fun song to go listen to once you get out of the barber chair and you just feel like,
yeah, bro. You should link up with like a barbershop to do like their highlight reel of good cuts.
I want to do a music video at like somebody, like I have a friend who's a barber and I want to go to his barbershop and maybe shoot something there and try to like get out of his chair and just like have like a whole bunch of different people get some shine of like getting some good cuts.
Fuck
like,
yeah, bro.
I think that'd be great,
bro. You and what is it EMP? Y'all should get your haircut at the same time.
That's
all
what
in
I'm
different
thinking.
chairs.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I just know that it would probably be. I want to make sure it makes sense in the timing because you would have to have the. You would have to have the.
Everybody's hair has to grow out.
Like the videographer would have to sit there and wait for your hair to actually get cut. It's like, okay, cool, I got the shots I needed.
Hey, I mean,
all right, bro, we'll be done.
They can literally just cut the shots together, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I would say, do it like at the start.
Yeah.
And then like do it at the end or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like try to get the barber, whoever cut your hair and whatever, and just a day where you could have everybody come out with a nice fucking haircut.
Hell yeah.
And I'm not even. I don't want it to even just be like, black centric where it's like, okay, only black people can come. Anybody can go get their haircut and have like a nice fade and stuff. Like anybody can get a fade.
Take it a step further. Do it as a community day or some shit.
Yeah.
Like throw something at the barbershop and then have people get their cuts and promote their business as well as promote your song.
That's actually mad smart. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Because now that's got me feeling like I want to make like not like a 2, but like a different version of like, okay, this was the first one. This is the second one. This is the one that's like a little bit better, a little more new.
I can see what you mean when you say you're a shit talker.
Yeah,
it's like,
for sure.
Fuck is you talking about?
Yeah.
I was like, God damn.
And it's funny because that's more of like a 2-year-old shit talking sense now. Like that now I can't even like listening back to it now. It's like,
who am I talking to?
those are the things. It's like, it's like, fuck is you talking about, Nick? And it's like, who are you talking to?
Right, who am I addressing?
I don't know, but I don't know. Who fuck are you talking about? Whoever it is, fuck are you talking about? And check it out, baby. I don't know who the baby is, but check it out. Check it out. The coupe I just hopped out. It's time to pop out. I'm so fresh. I could probably bring the block out. Like shit like that, basically.
Okay, bro, you should. I feel like this song is a summer song. Though.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely feels like a summer song, for sure. If you're looking for me on Spotify, you should look up Witta, Witta space uppercase Y. Same with Apple Music, same with YouTube, same with wherever the fuck you're going to go look for me. It's all going to be under WITTAY. Okay. Capitalize the Y, please.
Even
do.
For your socials?
No, for my socials, if you want to find me on Instagram or really kind of anything for the most part, it's Finesse for Sale, which is just my gamer tag. But I've had it for so many years now. It's kind of like, I hate using this motherfucker as a reference now after he did that sucker shit. But like it's like Champagne Poppy. That doesn't say Drake, but you know it. But you know that's Drake.
So shout out to Nick with a Y, WITTA space capital Y.
Yes, the capital. Don't forget the capital.
Yes, gotta remember the capital.
Yes.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching the episode. Definitely peep his shit out. Definitely a summer vibe too. I definitely think you should keep going off that momentum.
Yeah, for sure. And it's an old song, but ultimately, don't get it twisted. We're still making music. We're still dropping more and more. And, we just dropped volume 2 of Bar Hoppin'. We're trying to get to the point of dropping volume 3 before the end of this year if we can. If not, it's going to be at the top of next year. But we just want to stay consistent with that and also have our own individual projects. So it's going to be a lot of music this year.
There you go. A lot of music. Definitely peep his shit out, like I said. Keep staying tuned into this podcast and his stuff. We're going to keep having more coming throughout the year. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. That's it. Peace.
You're